I'm here with Nigel Finn, who is technical guru for the Chord company, and we're going to talk about cable. You've got probably the most expensive cable you have for speaker system into your hand, and then we've got a real deal that's using the same technology.
Absolutely. This is something we're really pleased with. We set out some years ago to start experimenting with shielded speaker cable. We'd done some initial testing and it showed real promise. And we tried originally with our Chord Odyssey speaker cable, which has always been one of the most popular speaker cables in our range. Couldn't get it right, went away, thought about it, and made this, which is the Chord signature speaker cable. Fantastic performance, but it's £125 a metre, which is more than a lot of people are prepared to pay for speaker cable, especially in a home cinema system.
Yeah, it's all speaker cable everywhere, right?
Oh yes, yes. And paradoxically, of course, the longer the runs you need, the more important a quality speaker cable is. However, what this proved to us once and for all is how effective shielding a speaker cable can be, and just what improvements that can bring to a system. So once we'd done this, we sat down and thought about it, and we very quickly and easily made this, which is Epic. Now, this is based very much, this is really a mixture of cables. This uses the conductors from the Odyssey speaker cable, and it uses the shielding system that we developed for the signature speaker cable. So, if you like, it's a hybrid cable. We call it in the factory, we call it the son of signature. It was £40 a metre, so it was less than half the price, but it offers the same sort of performance values. It's not as dynamic as this, it's not as detailed as this, it doesn't bring that kind of level of bandwidth to a system. But what it does do is it brings us the sense of openness that shielding a speaker cable brings, and it does it for £40 a metre, which we were pretty pleased with, really, and this starts to look a lot more affordable.
It's about a third the price.
It's about a third the price, and in some systems, in very neutral systems, there may be people who actually think that this is a better choice. It also matches our interconnect. This kind of matches the Anthem interconnect and the Chorus interconnect really well. They're using the same principles on the shielding, so sort of really pretty pleased with that. All the time, though, there's still £40 a metre. You're going to put this in a home cinema system, and people it's going to cost you a lot of money.
So the kicker is
Carnival silver screen. A terrible pun on words, really, but this and this are surprisingly similar. They both use oxygen-free copper conductors. They both use a polyethylene conductor. There's just an awful lot more copper in this, and there's an improved shielding system. But there's also a subtle price difference. 125, £6 a metre. This is effectively shielded speaker cable at £6 a metre. Now, it's not signature. It's not going to give you the dynamics. It's not going to give you the detail. It would be silly to pretend it will. But what it will do is it will show you what a shielded speaker cable does. And given the complexity of systems these days, particularly home cinema systems...
Behind you've got a whole bunch, you've got a maze of cables.
Yes, a maze, a rat's nest would be the best word for it. Then shielding becomes important. Shielding is something we've worked on with our interconnects compulsively for about 5 years. But where this gets really useful is when you've got maybe 7 channels coming out of an integrated processor come amplifier, then the shielding starts to get really, really useful. And at this price, it gets valid. Now, when we've used this in home cinema systems, it makes it much easier to locate voices in space, to locate sounds, so you can hear exactly what reducing the noise floor of the system does. Cut out that interference, everything gets so much clearer.
Okay, Nigel, that's actually right now out in the market in the stores.
The official launch is at this show, but it's been in our stores for about a month now, and the response to it has been absolutely fantastic.
I can imagine at that price.
Yeah, it's kind of flexible enough to go around corners, it's affordable enough to go into a system, and whether it's music or whether it's home cinema, you can put this in a system and you can just hear exactly what's going to happen. The sound stage will spread, the height, the placement improves. So yeah, it's something really special. It's great making this. We love making high-end cables, but it's really groovy to make something for £6 a metre as well, too.
Nigel, it's been a pleasure as ever. Looking forward to seeing you again very soon.
Thank you.
For another saga in the Chord story.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.